you have a dark place in your yard that you need to light up with a motion light, but you don't have electricity and you don't have a place for a solar panel, or it's just in a shady spot, stick around. I have something that I'm going to try out and it might work for you. Okay, this comes in a box, and in this box is another box. And it does have a little packing material to keep it all together. I'm going to show you what's in this box. All right, here's the light. It was in this bubble wrap in the box, and along with that is a little mini screwdriver and some anchors. If you want to mount this to a wall, there is a mounting plate on the back. This plate mounts to your wall, and then this just slips on and off for easy battery replacement. Speaking of batteries, this runs on 3 D-size batteries, and according to the paperwork, if this is triggered 10 times a day, every day, it'll last for about 6 months. Now this is what it says in the manual. Okay, the trigger time on this, once it's triggered, once you walk away, 20 to 25 seconds later, this will go off. Now what I don't know is if you're continuously moving, whether it'll stay on or not, and it's 20 seconds after you leave the area, or it ceases to see movement. I will test that and I will let you know. There are 6 screws on the back that you need to remove to get to the battery box, and the little supplied screwdriver fits those. They are labeled for polarity. Battery placement is that easy. A little tip, if you don't know this, these screws are screwing into plastic. There's no metal inserts in here. When you're screwing a screw into plastic, once it's already been in there before, if you turn the screw backwards, that will help you align the threads. You'll hear it click. As soon as that click, then you can screw it in and it's going back through the same threads. That's important because if you have to remove and replace these over time, if you screw them into a different location each time, it's not following the same threads, you wear the thing out. So just back it up to hear the click, then you can tighten them up. All right, now this has 240 LEDs. These panels are adjustable from side to side, and it's adjustable up and down this way, and then there is an adjustment for the PIR or motion sensor. PIR is just passive infrared sensor. So that's it. It's that quick and easy to put the batteries in or to change them. This is going to be mounted to your wall, and then this just slides on, locks into place. So to change your batteries, you just push the tab in, pull this off, do what I just did, and you've got new batteries in it. Now let me get this mounted somewhere so I can start testing it. Your power button is back on the back. Let me go test this thing out and we'll see what happens. All right, I made a couple of discoveries. One discovery is that in addition to pivoting up and down like this and in and out like this, these will spin. So you can have one facing up, one facing down, one face in the middle, however you want to do it. Very versatile that way. I went into my basement, nothing down there for you to see. What I did discover is as long as it sees motion, the light stays on. After it ceases to see motion, approximately 20 seconds, the light goes off. And that's a good thing. The motion light that I have outside, it works well, the range is good, but once you trigger it, you can determine how long it stays on. However, it doesn't sense continuous movement. So even if you're moving, it'll turn off, and then it's got a, I don't know, 4 or 5 second delay before it'll come back on, and you've got to do calisthenics in front of it to wake it back up. that's a pain. This one stays on the whole time. As long as it sees movement, it's going to stay on, so it's not going to leave you in the dark to trip over something if you're using this outside. Personally, I'm going to use this in a storage room, and I think this is going to be perfect because I don't have any power. I'll do some range testing in a little bit. If I didn't mention it, there's 240 LEDs, 80 per panel. And let me wait for some darkness, and I'll get some distance figures for you, and we'll go from there. All right, I opened up my side gates so I didn't have to fiddle with that, and see where it comes on. I'm about 75 feet right here. So probably 50 feet considering those chain link fences are here. That's not too bad, I don't think. And I'm just going to kind of continue to move around here a little bit. Well, let's see how it lights up this location. And this is kind of a dark spot for me. I've got a little shed, but I don't have any electricity out here. So as long as I keep moving, it appears that the light's going to stay on. So what I'm going to try to do is get out of range of the light. Back where I started. And I'm just going to stand here for a bit. When I quit moving, it should not see me anymore. Okay. All right, they came back on at about the same place, and you can adjust the range to some degree with what angle this is. The more you angle it down, the more you angle this down, the more it's going to limit the range, and the more you face it directly out, the longer the range is going to be. I've got it angled down a bit so that any traffic out in my street isn't going to continuously trip it. All right, so you see how this thing works. If that meets your needs, there's going to be a link for it down in the description. It's going to do exactly what I needed to do. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to throw a video up over here that you might like. YouTube's going to throw one down here that you might like. I'll catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you down the road.